Right, hello, my name is John Newnham. I'm Professor of Obstetrics and Maternal Fetal Medicine at the University of Western Australia, based at King Edward Memorial Hospital. I've been involved in the RAIN study from the beginning because it was my dream, and it's come to fulfilment thanks to hundreds of people, in fact thousands of people. I think as an obstetrician who spent my life with midwives and pregnant women, I think the greatest contribution from the RAIN study is it has confirmed that life before birth has a lifelong impact. It's not just to deliver a baby that cries at birth and is happy and starts breastfeeding, as important as that is. It's not just how healthy a person is in childhood, but it goes right throughout life. And in fact, it's multi-generational. That is now accepted wisdom in society. In 1988, that was considered a wacky idea, and requiring very senior people to support it for it to have any chance of getting off the ground. So I think the great contribution of the RAIN study is it has left all of us with confirmation that what we do before pregnancy, during pregnancy and in early childhood is going to have a massive impact for life. So there had been birth cohort studies before where babies were born and then followed up, usually run by paediatricians. The RAIN study was different. The RAIN study was a pregnancy cohort study. It was started by an obstetrician, not by paediatricians, and was fortunate to start at a moment in time when the ultrasound measurements had just come of age, and they haven't really changed very much in the 35 years since then. So the RAIN study remains incredibly relevant. The RAIN study is like putting money in the bank. The longer you have it there, the more valuable it becomes. So the RAIN study's value is just progressively increasing day by day by day. There is no other pregnancy cohort study in the world as old as the RAIN study. It is actually the most valuable study in the world. I hope the people of Western Australia appreciate the magnificent contribution they have made to this world-leading study. So as time's gone by, just over 3 decades of the RAIN study, not only do we understand the importance of the intergenerational effects, but we now have an ability to start looking at the mechanisms by which that occur. And the only way that can be done in a human clinical situation is to have very complete data on multiple generations. The RAIN study is very unique in being able to do that.
I have the great pleasure of working in the RAIN study, primarily in the field of physical activity and sedentary behaviour. Working with the RAIN study has been transformative to my career and research. I think one of the biggest influences or impacts that it's had is the collaborations and the network that I've been able to grow and develop. When you've got this treasure trove of data, such as the RAIN study data, it requires experts from multiple disciplines across the country and across the world, and so many people are interested in working with the RAIN study. And so through this, I've had the immense privilege of being able to work with the brightest and the most interesting and just the nicest people in the country. So for me, one of the biggest influences is this network that I've been able to develop and grow, and it's helped me grow as a leader and as a researcher in the field. Because several years ago I came to work as a postdoctoral researcher with Professor Leon Straker on the RAIN study when the Generation 2 participants were 22 years old, and we made the largest and first study using accelerometers to measure physical activity and sedentary behaviour in that generation of participants. And so if it hadn't been for the RAIN study, my family and I wouldn't be living in Australia today, so I'm very grateful for that opportunity, and I look now at the wonderful life that we've been able to create here, and I think the RAIN study will always hold a very special place for me in that regard. And then professionally, I think one of the nicest things that can happen as a researcher is when your findings are taken up and used to influence policy or clinical practice. And so very recently, our team's findings on physical activity and sedentary behaviour were used to influence the World Health Organization's physical activity guidelines for children under the age of 5. So for me, this is just testimony that the RAIN study is indeed influencing and making impact on the global health arena, and that is just super exciting.